There it is.
My mind was almost blown on that right there.
Welcome to the 2-minute warning. Where sports sound.
I'm trying to blow your mind. I'm talking literally blow your mind. I'm trying to blow your mind. I'm talking literally blow your mind.
What's up, people? We are back with another episode of the 2-Minute Warning Pride Rules MMA podcast. I'm aware that I stepped over the music, but we're trying a little something different this week. I wanted to see how it flowed. I don't think it did that pretty good, so we'll try next week to do something different. But I, as usual, am your co-host. We'll be your co-host, Carl, joined by Chris, Tommy, Omar, everyone basically scattered all up and down the East Coast. Chris scattered on the other side of the wall in the studio. What's up, gentlemen? What's up?
Your brother's in Mexico already?
Pretty much.
Hey, before we get started, let's wish a happy 50th birthday to our host, Carl. Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, Carl.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
AARP cards? Do they laminate them now, or no?
Put a whooping on that boy. Put a whooping on that boy today.
He ain't got nothing, bro. Nothing. All he does is shoot doubles.
Whooping on that boy today.
Shoot doubles and tries to choke. That ain't shit.
37 punches, bro.
37. Just got back from the gym. Looking svelte.
Ass whooping.
Well, Chris has those good forearms from all that self-exercise that he has. So his punching can fire off a lot of punches, right?
Yeah. It's got that five-knuckle shuffle on the piss pump going on over there.
He's got them ashy hands.
They call me Neon Knuckles, a.k.a. Neon Knuckles.
Oh, we're off the rails already. I love it.
Like scraping teeth. Oh, Lord.
Oh,
man. Conor McGregor? Wait, Conor McGregor got a fucking chub?
Conor McGregor, baby.
Conor McGregor's the only man on the fucking planet that could fucking pay-per-view.
Conor McGregor?
Yeah.
Can you just finish the open so I can go on my rant with that little piece of shit?
Oh my God!
The haterade is fucking strong this evening, gentlemen.
Too much.
Oh, it's real strong.
All right. Well, with that being said, let's start our show here, guys. Conor McGregor put together a nice, it was basically like an hour-long interview. I honestly didn't even listen to the whole thing yet. I'm going to soon, but I caught the gist of it. I read up enough, but...
I don't want to cut you off.
Who wants... No. Who wants... Chris, go ahead, take it. Just go run with it, because I know what I'm going to say.
I think that Conor, this was like a layup, almost like kind of smack in the face of the UFC, where he kind of went up against their Fox card with a pay-per-view interview and wanted to like kind of throw, almost smack him in the face. And say,
let's smack the company in the face that kept you from being a welfare Wilma. Get
the
fuck
the
out
company
of here.
the company that I honestly do.
It was
think
unemployment. It wasn't welfare.
Conor feels wronged by the company, and it's because they fucked him over, man. Like, they gave up his belt. They're like, giving up the interim belt to somebody that is not, like, willingly not fighting. Like, he's saying that he would fight, and they're saying, we don't care what he said, he's not fighting for 10 months. Conor, we appreciate what he did, he's taking off. Right? That's garbage, man. Like, he said he would have fought in March. I've heard him say that on two separate occasions. And, they just get...
How is he going to fight in March when the fight for the number one contender slot is in March?
Listen,
who is he going to fight in March?
Fuck that. I'm talking about featherweight, bro. He said even that. Like,
okay.
All right,
he was going to get down... that's what he says. He was going to get down to 145
at 166
without
IVs.
IVs.
He can't get
Come
down to fucking featherweight. I'm so tired of that.
That's what I'm saying, Tommy,
come on.
Listen to what Chris just said for a second. He walks around at 166 and he can't get down to 145. But you pieces of shit said that at 210, I can get down to 155. I mean, come on. I get it. Connor's got less fat to lose.
I watched Gabe Rudiger lose 17 pounds in one day.
And he still didn't make weight.
Yeah, I know.
That's because he's a
point.
bitch.
It was still one day. Conor McGregor's
homie got no. That homie has no heart.
It's always been a hard cut, but
he's
still
like Dracula.
No he makes it like
he made the cuts when there were IVs.
In a year that all of a sudden he can't do it is absurd.
Tommy, he can cut 20 pounds.
The same human being that he was a year ago.
It'll be tough, and he'll look terrible.
And you know what? If
he
really wanted to do it, he could have made the cut and went back down to get his belt back.
Or he'd walk around at a different
Now
weight.
back to the task at hand. Back to my initial point. All right, why is it a big fuck you to the company that did this? Like, yo, you got to pick a side, man, because half the time you say fuck the UFC and they're ruining things, and then now when it's against Conor, you're taking the UFC side because
he just hates Conor's dick. That's
my
all.
point. You know,
what kind of a
that,
self-pretentious fucking dickhead
fuck the
are
situation
you?
up, and they got egg in their face because they're giving out
name calling.
Listen, they got egg in their
dickhead.
face.
He's a dickhead. Not you, Chris Conor. How do you fucking...
No, I know.
If you're stupid enough to pay
I thought he was talking about Chris.
$5...
Me too.
No, not Chris. If you're stupid enough to pay $5 to watch a fucking interview on pay-per-view, you should take a fucking long walk off a short fucking
That's besides the
pier.
point. That's so irrelevant to the point here.
No, it's not.
It's not. Please.
Hey, did he do something? Did he do something where he donated money? Cause when LeBron made that
this isn't like a money grab. He's not poor. You know, he didn't.
Right, that's my point. So you can't really say nothing about that. But I just think it's a bad idea. That's foolish.
Listen,
so wait, that exactly happened?
Made a fucking shit ton of money. If it works, then why?
Yeah, I understand that. I get it, but it's kind of corny. So wait, basically, he held an interview that has to be that you had to buy on pay-per-view. Basically, is what happened now.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand people buying tickets to go see it.
But it wasn't.
I get
it was
that.
like a bunch of other things going on too. It wasn't just like a Conor interview. It was like people.
Right, because when I saw it, it sounded like there was more to it. Okay.
Yeah,
so he had a piece.
There was also a dog show.
The night.
I think there was a dog show, and I think there was also antique showings as well. Like he bundled a bunch of stuff to try to appeal to a bigger demo. I think
that's actually a cool idea. I mean, I don't hate him for that.
Look, he said it. I think that what it is he if you look at it, how many people that are trying to make it small business wise use this as a platform to next level what they he's a lot more charitable than people give him credit for, and it's besides the point. That's not even what the issue is. I wish we could get back to the whole initial point about.
He's so charitable that he was charitable with his neck in the Nate Diaz fight. Like I love how
there we go.
There we go. I love
there.
Nate Diaz. I don't know what fucking hey, I'm hell yeah. I want to see that fight so bad. But
no, you can't knock Conor by saying anything about Nate Diaz because Chris was very neutral on that fight and he didn't care about that outcome at all. He was actually happy about it for once. So that attempt at a knock on Chris
really puts his neck out there. That's all I'm saying.
No,
he puts his neck out there.
You know what I'm doing right now. I'm writing that down.
Has a legitimate gripe to be upset with the UFC. I firmly believe that he's right in that regard because they did not speak to him. At least say, look, if you don't fight, if you take time off, we're going to give up the interim belt. We're going to have an interim title fight. And then he might have been like,
what are you talking about? He knew they were going to take the belt. He knew they were going to take it.
No, fucking, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
interview.
Yo, my God.
He's talking about the lightweight, I think, dude.
Talking about the lightweight belt. They gave an interim belt for what? He's just
Tommy's drunk.
That's what they do now. That's what they do.
But that's my point. That's my point. That's why he had a legitimate gripe. Yo, when Conor, and people could be like, well, he won the interim championship. It wasn't legit. It wasn't. Yeah, because the guy that was the champion that he was supposed to fight pulled out a week before the fucking fight.
Pussied out.
Well, yeah, but Omar said it.
Big difference.
But Chris, Omar said it a few weeks ago. The only reason that interim belt is even happening is to sell more pay-per-view buys because there's a gold belt.
Even Conor said it. He said because nobody cares about this bum-ass fight between these two bums that you have to put a fucking toy belt in there to make people care because other than that, nobody gives a shit. He's like, nobody cares about this fight. And it's the truth. Conor said it in his pay-per-view interview,
Well, this isn't Dana White. This is Ari at WME. Because this is going to be the new way of the UFC now.
I have a tough time with this, man, because Conor, they're going in. They're going for people's necks. They're making Dana White's job really hard.
With this whole thing going on right now. With this whole thing going on right now.
Control, I think.
Like the UFC and the new management position that they're taking, the stance, and how basically like corporate it's become. It's no longer, I feel like it was more. It was.
Dollar, bro. It's nothing.
Yeah, it was more like
less.
A brotherhood with Dana and Fertitta, but it was like a brotherhood of sorts.
Like Dana could bend their ear and convince them of shit. I feel like this is like Dana just is like, all right, all right.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Dana knows his days are numbered, and not even in a bad way. He knows his days are numbered, and he's going to be remembered.
He doesn't care.
A legend.
Right.
He doesn't.
I don't know
That's
that
my
there's
point,
a better
Omar.
guy for the job. I think that these guys love Dana White.
I agree, but I'm just saying, no matter what.
I'd have any F's I'd have to give would have floated away on the wings of $400 million.
Exactly. And it's not even that, Omar. It's not even that. He's gonna be known for the guy who took a sport that was dying, brought it back to the best sports corporation in the world, and then it's gonna go and then it's gonna go to shit when he leaves. Can I talk? Then it's gonna go to shit when he leaves. So he's gonna be remembered as like a legend in that way. But basically, what I was trying to bring up initially with this whole thing was now that it's become like such a corporation, like why aren't they putting this whole Conor Floyd thing to bed? I get it, like Conor's dead set on this whole fight, but there's fights staring him right in the face. Khabib, Ferguson, the Nate fucking trio, and then you could talk about 45. Then you got Max Holloway, possibly Aldo. You even have Tyron Woodley out there at 70 talking about that. But he's got fights in his.
That's why it doesn't matter because having Floyd's name mentioned with the UFC and Conor. That's news that is only going to add hype to whatever fight he fights next.
But if they box, right?
If they build him up any way they can.
Are they going to box? Are they going to box with gloves in the octagon, or is it going to be in a ring? Because if it's a boxing match
in a ring, bro, Floyd's not going to fucking do anything other than boxing.
I get it. That was a rhetorical question, but how is the UFC going to even benefit? Well, because Conor's under contract, so they're going to be standing to make some money off it.
They put on a different type of event, dude. Like the company in itself isn't restricted to like fighting in the
I understand that, but isn't Floyd like not under contract with you? Like, so there's got to be some.
You do a cross promotion. You have lawyers that set up contracts and they make it up, bro. They make a deal.
The numbers will never match, man.
They're talking about.
That's my point.
Listen.
The numbers are so tough to match, dude.
Conor's straight up taking the UFC to court on this. He said that the Muhammad Ali Act, he's like, I'm under contract to fight for the UFC in mixed martial arts. He said, I could box whoever the fuck I want. It's a completely different sport.
I hate to say it. I think Drunk Pete said, he mentioned this comment. He's like, if John Jones could fight in Submission Underground, all these guys are going to fight in
There's
other...
no strikes involved.
That's different. It's not combat, but... but here's my point. In a sense, it's like, is it different? Why is it different? You know what I mean? Like
that's fine. That's what I'm saying.
Sport,
Fuck that.
It's a different sport completely. So
Floyd ain't hurting Conor any more than Ferguson would.
Yeah, I think you're gonna see that it's like this. Conor's like, well, fuck you, Dana. Like it ain't happening unless you talk to me. Like, I'm not your fucking puppet. Conor's like pissed off, saying like that Dana's acting like he controls what he's gonna do. No,
but he's an employee under his employment.
Yeah, exactly. So if he's gonna fight in a mixed martial arts fight, he has to fight in the UFC. But if he's gonna box, McGregor started. I think this was like his thing was he just launched the McGregor Promotions. He's now a promoter himself.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
but
he's got a team.
The first time.
He's got a management team like Floyd.
Yeah, but this isn't the first time that Dana's had this problem with a fighter. Part of the whole reason with Fedor not coming to the UFC.
That's got pockets this deep that can afford lawyers the way Conor can. And has the ability to actually go up against the UFC.
Russian gangsters couldn't get Dana White to bend with Fedor, I don't think lawyers will. All right, because Fedor sent like 13 people.
Russian gangsters in Russia have no fucking pull. You don't think Dana White is connected?
Yeah, but this was the problem.
He got run out of Boston. I know that.
They wouldn't let
years ago by a fucking murderer.
But they wouldn't let Fedor do the combat sambo when he wasn't fighting in the cage, and they weren't paying him what he wanted. So this isn't anything new.
I'm not going to take precedent on other situations when like with the Conor cases is vastly different because we're talking about a separate sport. So they have an avenue.
So is combat sambo. It's a separate sport.
Yeah, I know, but the UFC and like Conor, Dana White has nothing to do with Fedor's situation. Is what I'm getting at. It's so completely different dynamic altogether. Fedor isn't like fighting for the UFC, trying to fight for somewhere else. This was a completely different entity altogether. You know what I mean? While it has some similarities, it really doesn't have many in a sense of like, you know, if you compare the two situations side by side. You know, it's completely separate. It's completely different.
The one thing I could see that makes it different from other sports, like I went back and forth with this. I thought about like contracts that other professional sports have where it's like, hey, listen, if you're playing for the Yankees, you can't go out on a jet ski or you can't, you know, go snowboard or you know, you can't play basketball. But the thing, exactly. But the thing is, in that respect, there's a salary. So the company can rescind the salary.
They're paying you on a daily basis.
Exactly.
So let me ask you guys something. All right.
You're not being paid for anything but fighting.
Exactly. Conor has much more leverage, though.
Let me ask you guys this. A guy who wins Ultimate Fighter, he gets a six-figure contract. So that's what, like, how does it work? It's based off, like, all right, you get $100,000, but I need you to fight 3 times in a year? Is that how those contracts are structured? All right, so
you'd have to ask an Ultimate Fighter winner, dude. You know?
No, Shaw said it was $100,000.
That's perfect.
But it was like over a long time.
I think I'm going to have to do that.
Yeah, like Brendan Schaub on his stuff said it was like $100,000 or whatever, but it was like not even just 1 year. It was over a longer time, and God forbid you get injured, your contract is just getting extended. So it's $100,000, but then it becomes over 2 years, over 3 years potentially.
Wow. So your weekly salary is like low at that point because
I remember the guys actually said one time they were like, it actually is like beneficial to not win on the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
Because then you get to go in and negotiate your contract rather than it being like the set contract that the Ultimate Fighter gives you.
But you get a Harley.
Right.
But you get a Harley.
Two now. You get 2 Harleys.
Season, dude. Wasn't that just the one season?
No, there was more than. It was definitely more than one season because I remember a bunch of times they went. Yeah, they definitely
I know
a bunch of times when they went.
I know that like Carla Esparza was like trying to sell her Harley, and Tito Ortiz was like, "I'll give you the money, and then when you get the money back, you trade it back." Like,
but she made it look like a lowrider, so nobody wanted to buy it. I saw it had flames, and it was.
Yeah, but Tito would have. That's right up his alley.
Yeah. Tito was probably just.
I guess it is. Oh,
Jesus,
Carla.
Jesus Christ.
He took it there quick, huh?
Yeah, real quick.
We didn't even have time to react.
No.
Oh, I love it though.
Doggy.
Jesus.
That's it. Woo!
Boom.
Matt Hamill.
But anyway, let's reel it back in. What were we talking about with the Conor thing here?
Well, all right. I just think it's like this. We're already here complaining about interim belts and why is the UFC doing this with the divisions? Why can't they just have one champion? Dude, they already did it to him for the 45 division. I'm thinking this is bad. Like, it's bad for the sport. I get Conor to do what he wants to make his money, but you're in the UFC now. You have to start defending belts here to prove to people that you're the fighter that they're claiming you're not, because there is fights for him. There was going to fight at 45 for him, so I get it.
Do you know that he's never defended a belt?
That's my point.
Never defended a belt in his whole MMA career.
Can I just say something? Tommy and Chris? I understand that. That's what I'm trying to get at. There was no fight for him at the time for 45. If Frankie would have beat Aldo, yes, he would have fought Frankie at 205. There wasn't a fight for him there.
Let's not have this discussion again.
Stop. But no, there's fights. We're having this discussion. If you don't want to engage, you don't have to. There's a Khabib fight for him. The winner of the Khabib, Tony Ferguson. Right, no, I'm just saying.
We get that.
But there's fights for him now, okay? So why is he going to bother with the Floyd nonsense now? Like, UFC should say things like, come on, man, like,
dude,
your legacy.
His leverage, man. It's leverage. It's all it is, man. It's business.
To do what? To fight someone outside the UFC? Like, that's stupid.
Yeah, like, I would love to see that fight. Are you fucking crazy?
I'm over it.
What leverage is he going to have? What leverage is he going to have?
Let's make no mistake about it.
What leverage is he going to have if the UFC tells him to go fuck himself?
Carl,
they never do that. They'll never do that.
One fight with Floyd Mayweather.
I just heard that.
And Floyd
I
beats
can't
him.
believe I just heard that.
They'll never tell him to go fuck himself.
What are they going to do? Just say you fuck yourself. You can't fight. We're not letting you fight, but we're not going to let you fight for us either. So we're going to just make you rock.
That's the point. I think they have to make him fight.
Win.
They have to. He has to fight UFC for a UFC.
Carl, here's my point, Carl.
Defend your title. Prove these people who say you're not shit. Prove them wrong.
Fuck all these people. Fuck everybody. Now, if you have an opportunity to go fight Floyd Mayweather and make upwards of around $100 million in a night, or you could go fight Tony Ferguson.
That's not the issue.
What?
Chris, I get it. The issue is not with Conor. The issue, I know where of course, the more money is where you want to go, and I know the Floyd fight generates more money. But my point, this is what I'm saying. I didn't ask a question. I'm saying, why doesn't the UFC push Conor and say, yo, man, you got to fight one of these guys who are now chomping at the bit. We're giving out interim belts, and it's this whole featherweight division is it's a joke right now. What happened because of what Conor did, and it's becoming a joke in the 55 division because of what. I get it.
The UFC's doing now, dude. That's my point. Yo, he's saying he.
But he's got Chris. I love Conor, but yo, defend a fucking belt, bro. Come on, it's been 2 years now. You haven't defended one belt.
I have sources that say that he's defended D. Devlin's belt about like 40 to 50 times. So I think he's quite good.
Oh, sorry, that is fucking money.
Right? There was no fight offered. They're giving out interim belts because for what? They're not discussing this with him. You're saying defend a belt. Like what? No, fuck you. If Floyd's on the table and he can make that fight happen, take that fight first. Don't worry about defending a belt. That's first things first.
Take that fight, get embarrassed, and then what?
I think you're wrong. He's not going to get. I don't think so.
$100 million of an embarrassing night. I'll take it. I'll eat a plate of shit for $100 million on pay-per-view.
Suck your asshole.
You've done it for less.
Because
Chris,
2
don't
weeks ago you were completely against this Mayweather thing.
I'm not for or against it. And what are you talking about? I was against it. No, I'm not. I'm against talking about it altogether. I'm against talking about it altogether. But
I'm sorry. We were both against it.
I'm against the fight, of course.
You're allowed to change your opinion.
If I'm Conor, I'm taking the fight. That's all I'm saying. If I'm Conor, I'm trying to make that fight happen. I don't think anybody's disputing that, Chris. I don't think anybody's disputing that. I think you're missing the point of where we're coming at. Maybe we're articulating it wrong. I think that there's.
The point is, the UFC should try to push Conor, and shouldn't Conor want to shut these naysayers up? Look, he's fucking got money, dude. That Floyd fight will be there.
Conor's saying he should have fought. He wanted to fight, and Dana White came out and straight up said, "I don't care what Conor says, he's off."
Well, because they've made fights now with everybody else that he would have fought because thought he was taking a hiatus.
You see what the problem is?
Before the fight was announced.
The problem is this 155 number one contender fight took too long to get put together. You know what I mean? The fight's in March.
Right. It should have happened already. Exactly. Which I said a while ago. Get the fight going so we can start sorting out the winner and then even the loser's career.
There was no legitimate contender at lightweight for Conor. I get that. So that's why he should have fought Nate.
Well, I think that Nate fight still has to happen. No. I disagree with half of it. I don't know. I think that there's unsettled business in the UFC, and all he's doing is taking time and more time away. Dude, if he fights Floyd Mayweather, that fight isn't going to happen till August. That means he's not going to the UFC till headlining.
Aldo McGregor should be headlining the Brooklyn card.
Yeah, I know that, Omar, but is it really? Because the longer he takes to do that, that means he won't fight in the UFC until October.
That's fine.
I'm just thinking from the fan's point of view.
The longer he takes, though, the more he can have a track record of look at your shit year that you're having without having me in it.
I didn't think about that. That's actually a good point. But I'm just thinking from the aspect of I'll go online and MMA discussion, and I'm so sick of reading it.
What you want to
all I see is I know, but it makes sense though, dude. The fans are the ones that drive the interest in the sport. If the fans didn't care as much, Conor McGregor will be nobody.
Paying for that pay-per-view when he fights Floyd, though.
I get it. I understand that. But the fans of not Conor McGregor fans who, dude, the guy has now basically tied up 2 divisions without one title defense in either of them for almost 2 years now.
So many fucking haters that hate both Conor and Floyd for the same reason that the world would explode because people wouldn't know what to do.
See, again, this
so much.
We've established that. We've established the fact that fight would be the biggest fight in the history of fights. There wouldn't be a bigger fight in a long time.
I don't understand how, as a fight fan,
that's
like the worst of the two options to you. That's what I don't get.
It's not the worst of the two options. I want to see it too, but not really though. Like, here's my aspect.
I get what you're saying. It's a separate sport, but I mean,
right,
I just think that it would be cool because I think Conor could knock Floyd out if he connects with that left hand.
Here's what's going to happen. No one's going to knock anyone out. It's going to be a point fest. Conor's not going to embarrass himself, but Floyd's going to beat him. Three quarters of the rounds to one quarter.
Timeout. There have been a hell of a lot better boxers than Conor McGregor that have gone up against Floyd Mayweather.
I understand that, but the movement is different.
But none of them have been a pikey.
Yeah, but nobody has that left hand.
Never bet against a pikey in a bare knuckle boxing match.
Nobody has that left hand,
right?
and Conor McGregor is 28 and fucking Floyd's 40. So
Manny Pacquiao has knocked out more guys than Conor McGregor. Miguel
Okay,
Cotto has knocked out more
Allegedly.
guys than Conor McGregor.
And
on average, Tommy, average it out per fight, and I don't know if that's true. Of course, he has more fights, so yes,
sure
he's gonna. It stands to reason that the mathematics are gonna equate. When a guy fights 40 times to 20, when a guy fights 40 times,
two other men fight. What happens when one guy does nothing to do with the other?
let him talk the whole time.
Mathematics, though. I'm still stuck on mathematics right now. That blew me away.
I'm just thinking, like, what Tommy said was, all right, if Pacquiao fought 40 times and Conor fights 20, no shit he's going to have more knockouts. It just stands to reason, though. He's that weak and he just can't knock people out. But I'm just saying, average per fight, they probably don't have more knockouts than Conor because all he does is knock people out. But that's these guys have been
boxing their whole life. It's an entirely different style. Entirely different.
Yeah, no shit.
Entirely different.
I get it, but I don't know. I just think it's different. It's a different aspect. It's going to be a different look than Floyd's used to seeing. And again, I think Floyd's going to win, but I don't think that Conor will get embarrassed. 3/4 of the way through the fight, people are going to be like, you know what? Conor basically held his own against Floyd. If he boxed his whole life, I could see him beating him.
What if he lands that left hand flush on Floyd's chin when they're both dry in the second round? What happens? He's not able to knock him out?
I don't think Floyd can knock Conor out.
It's knocking anybody out. It's knocking anybody out. If Floyd gets hit with that left hand, he's going to sleep.
That's fine.
Care.
And if I was allowed to kick in a match with Floyd Mayweather, I'd knock him out too. But that's not what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, it's still a fist fight. They're still boxing. Conor could throw punches.
Right. Conor has the puncher's chance.
Only two guys have knocked down Floyd Mayweather. Shane Mosley and Maidana. And what happened? Mosley knocked him down. Floyd got up and embarrassed him the rest of the fight. Maidana knocked him down. Maidana ended up losing. Maidana fought again, and Floyd embarrassed him for 12 rounds.
The superlatives are so different. Conor's almost half his age, and it's a different look than Floyd's used to seeing. I'm not even arguing because I said Floyd will win, but again, Conor's skilled enough that I think he could do something.
I think Conor has a fucking hell of a good chance to knock him out. He's so much bigger than him, first of all. Way bigger.
I'll give him that.
Make him look
he is bigger.
But he's not faster than him. That's the difference.
But he's fast and he's clever. He can throw a punch. It ain't like he's a fucking
worse.
scrub. He's
not that bad where it's going to be ugly.
He's like a world-class athlete, Conor McGregor. He's athletic as hell, man. Don't think for 1 second that he's slow. He could fucking cut an angle and land a left hand.
He's not slow, but compared to Floyd, he's slow.
Everybody sees Bernard Hopkins getting knocked out, and suddenly every old guy's going to get knocked out, right?
I wonder. Give it to me.
Jesus Christ. It's not like he's 59 and he's coming back after selling George Foreman grills. Come on, man.
And his body's never been through.
But again, all right, now you guys are saying this. I don't think Chris is saying he's going to get knocked out. I'm saying he has a chance to.
I'm not saying he's going to win the fight.
So it's going to make people want to see it.
It provides a story and a possibility. These are questions that have to be answered. That's all. I'm not like saying, yo, he's going to win because he's 40 and Floyd's this or that. No, I'm saying, yo, these are things that are factors that you have to think about. Conor's in his athletic time.
But that's
Floyd's
any
not.
fight. That's any fight with a heavy puncher.
Oh, my God.
What if he connects?
Is it any fight?
Any fight.
I didn't think that. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Of course there's questions and there's, any fight is the same, of course.
All right, here's what's going on. Floyd has a skill set, and Floyd is great at probably the most superior boxer since Muhammad Ali, of all time. He's up there, top 5 of all-time boxers. But given the age and the supposed decline and, the slowing down of him, whether it be on such a minimal scale it's not even equatable, and Conor being at the top of his game athletically and in his prime,
Conor's on an uptick, Floyd's on a downtick.
That's what. So those factors give us a competitive possibility that something could happen in Floyd's.
The biggest factor I think that would be actually helping Floyd is it's a weird one, and hear me out on this. It's the fact that his hands are so fragile. His hands are fragile. He's not going to stay in the pocket and he hasn't for anything. So he's just going to be pitter-pattering. It's going to be boring. I'll give you that.
Counterpunching. Omar, they're both counterpunchers. So they're going to be waiting for each other to act, and none of them are going to be jumping at the bit to throw a punch.
Versus Cote? Is that what we're going to see?
It's going to be very boring. It's going to be a lot of dancing around, and Floyd loves the dance, period, and he's going to be trying to showcase his quickness.
It's very tense. In a fight like that, it'll be very tense. Both guys will be on edge. And
that's going to add to the bore of it.
Man, you make a mistake, you stay fucking dry too. That's.
I don't think they're going to make mistakes. I don't think they're going to do anything. I think they're going to both be standing there scared to throw because the other one's going to counter and score.
I think one exchange, a good exchange, could end the fight in Conor's favor. He really does have that kind of power where if he lands one flush left hand, the fight ends.
I understand that, but if he doesn't, I don't think there's a shot in hell for him to beat Floyd in that boxing match.
I agree. I don't think of course, I don't think so at all. But if what Omar's saying, if he just stays completely on the outside, I think that Floyd might be really, really afraid in this fight. He might box completely scared because he has so much to lose, man.
I agree with that second half. He does have a lot to lose, but I don't think he'll be scared because
that puts
a
lot of pressure
boxer.
On him to fucking, and I don't know, it might fuck with the way
50.
he fights.
It's 50 too. We got to add that factor in as well. It would be the one that puts him over the top as the with the longest undefeated streak.
He's 49-0, right?
Yeah. Oh wow! Yeah, I didn't realize that.
Exactly. Yeah.
See now, if this fight was with 4-ounce gloves, I probably would give the nod to Conor.
For sure.
I agree.
Can I be honest, bro?
With the regular boxing gloves, I don't see it.
It does help, but boxing gloves,
I just don't see it.
Fuck out if you get hit flush. Doesn't matter.
I know, Chris, but Chris, you know for a fact that the UFC gloves really.
Of course.
Come on. So what Tommy said is the truth.
If you get caught in the chin with either pair with a good punch, the fight's over
I agree.
either way.
But how about this? Then what you said before is incorrect because you said that you don't think Floyd can knock Conor out with either glove on the right button and the right spot on the chin. He could knock Conor out one of those crosses as Conor. If Conor comes through with a left, throws his left, and kind of turns across his body, and Floyd happens to be throwing his own left cross, and he beats him to the punch, Conor's head moving in adds to the strength.
He doesn't throw those kinds of punches. He really doesn't.
You never know, Chris. Come on.
No. Floyd's hands break in the 16-ounce gloves. They break easy in those.
Floyd's is not throwing any heat. He doesn't throw any heat.
Floyd's hands break when he signs the pre-fight contracts. I think that was actually on record.
He's just going to throw volume.
Floyd will be dealing with some fucking heaters. And he won't be able to respond with anything of that kind of caliber.
What Floyd does better than any boxer has ever done in history is
hit women,
not get hit.
I agree.
He doesn't get hit.
Easy.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah, I know. But you know what? It in this fight, it's not gonna. It might only take one, and that's the thing.
I can't believe we're talking about this much. It goes to Pete on the phone right now.
How about this? I really wish that our blog was up and running by now, Because if it was, everybody would see. Like I wrote, like one of my blog posts is like one guy outside the top 10 that is like that we're gonna know about will be a household name in 2017. That was like one in each weight class, and obviously my heavyweight was fucking this nightmare of a fucking animal, Francis Ngannou, who's probably the scariest guy
I love that dude.
I thought in my life.
I love
I'll give
that
Chris
guy.
credit. He did bring him up a couple weeks ago on a show, and the dude really he certainly delivered. That's for sure. That motherfucker's scary.
Yo, man, this guy talk about heavyweights at altitude. It didn't matter. That guy, you could fucking put him on the moon.
He's the nastiest Frenchman since Jean-Claude Van Damme and Lionheart, all right? He's out there just knocking people out.
He definitely gets rid of the notion that Frenchmen are like, well, gazy.
Soft.
Absolutely.
I wonder if he even needed that uppercut. I think Arlovsky was going down with that punch behind the ear.
Yo, I'm talking about like Rumble type of power at heavyweight.
Yeah.
Yo, that's actually a good question. I want to kind of jut into this little conversation, the sidebar real quick, while it was brought up by Tommy. It's a nice little segue. Chris had mentioned last week, can you ever see a time where the UFC or an organization finds fighters for like that Dan Henderson on Bisping finishing shot when he's already out and he kind of like dives on him and bang! Yeah, dude, like that shit is bad, bro.
Speaking of my blog,
Fight.
Speaking of my blog,
I know, but after a certain point, there should be a cutoff. What happens? I think they should fight.
My job is to kill that person, and you know whose job it is to protect us.
If a guy is clearly out and you go and hit him anyway,
that's what I was gonna say.
I don't care.
Real quick, Chris. What about finding the ref? Because the ref's job is to stop the fight. The fighter's got to fight and protect himself at all times.
If a ref
that means he's out of position.
It's a human error, bro. Like, you're asking a lot of a guy that's clearly in there for the benefit of the fighters. Like, there's no malice there. If he's just caught out of position, to find a guy like that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man.
It's a human error for somebody trying to fight me.
Cerrone fight.
Right? Yeah, the Camaro in that cage with me.
No,
Cerrone
Tommy, this was
terribly.
brought
That was
up.
a joke. That was a joke. They should have never let that guy back out there. That's what I'm saying, yo. Like, if they're all about the safety of the fighter,
stopped the fight.
That was bad.
He didn't stop the fight. He stopped the round.
Stop real quick. There was 1 second.
Bullshit.
Just so anyone listening out there didn't see it, real quick, give me a fucking second. Jesus. Herb Dean stepped in and said, that's it. There was 1 second left when he said that's it. The bell rung, or the horn sounded for the end of the round. And then I'm talking to everybody. Give me a fucking chance to speak.
I mean, you just cut right in when I was talking.
Well, I was trying to explain what happened. We got to set this up the right way. People might not have seen it and know what we're talking about, but Herb Dean stopped the fight. The horn sounded, and then he was like, okay, we'll keep going. You know, like, he basically just said the end of the round happened.
But I'll actually explain how it happened.
Well, you interrupt me 5 times just to make the whole situation weird. Go ahead. I just don't think that Herb Dean, like, that was a bad job of reffing right there, because that fight was over. He shouldn't have let him back out.
He said that's it. That's what he said, right? And then the bell went off, and he's like, that's the round. But he clearly grabbed him at 2 seconds left. Grabbed him. He put his hands on his back and grabbed him off, 100%. And then forget about the fact that, like, that happened.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
Afterwards, Cowboy was out, like, and then his coach should have been like, "Yo,
his coach." But what did his coach say? You can't lose in Colorado.
And he was like, "You can't lose in Colorado." He was like, "You get rocked." He's like, "That's all it is you're rocked. You get rocked in every fight." No, dude, your fucking fighter's out cold on his feet. He doesn't know where the fuck he is. He's not gonna remember.
Well, you could tell he was out when he was talking to Greg Jackson. When Greg Jackson.
Yeah, come on, man. What are we all watching here? We ain't stupid. The doctor, even the doctor, should be fucking pulled from his license. Like, yo, what are they out there for? Like, he had no chance at winning that fight at that point. And it's dangerous.
The
thing was, honestly,
Tyron Woodley
the thing is,
because Masvidal's Cuban, so they just didn't want to win that fight.
You see the problem? The problem with it is.
No, I'm not even denying that it was like there wasn't something to it.
Yeah, the fucked up thing with it is, but it's because it's Cowboy, and He has been knocked down so many times.
I don't give a fuck what it was.
You almost don't know.
It was him in Colorado, dude.
That's the
problem. It was him in Colorado.
Yeah, he was line to cross.
He was out cold, and
it's
they
like
could have seen something really devastating because he could have gotten hurt really bad in Colorado because they want to let him go on. Like they should have saved the fighter from the fighter at a certain point.
Honestly, he shouldn't have fought this soon anyway.
Yo,
what are you saying, Omar?
He got knocked down. He did get knocked down in that Brown fight.
When you had to fight when you fought a Japanese dude in Pride, the old saying was that you had to murder him, you had to chop his head off with a samurai sword because you weren't getting a close decision. So I think it was a little bit of that. I think Chris and all the rest of the guys have a great point. He was in Colorado. He's the mayor of that entire state, MMA wise.
Yeah.
You know, he had some cowboys like probably outside in the parking lot, like making sure stuff was on the up and up, watching the RV.
Man, like it's like dangerous if they're doing this for the safety of the fighter, and like that's what you're gonna see.
It's not the first time we've seen it though.
The next wave of rule changes and like because you see it in football, they're not doing it for whatever reason. In MMA, they're not like on board with the head injury thing. And it's going to happen soon. I don't ever hear concussions talked about in MMA. Ever.
You know why? Because it's not long enough. There's not long enough of a history of like diagnosing fighters and whatnot. It'll get there. It'll get there.
Like,
absolutely.
These guys are hard sparring and shit. That's the worst thing you could do. You should soft spar, like all that shit. You know, fighting in practice.
Well, Cerrone doesn't even
spar. I have a statement from Gary Goodridge though on head injuries. And hold on. I quote potato. Ching chong tomato, I think, and that end quote.
Yeah, you know what's fucked up? He didn't even get. But his brain.
And he's really articulating. He's articulating that really well too.
Yeah, but his brain didn't get scrambled from MMA. His brain got scrambled from K1.
His brain got scrambled from fighting everybody.
Whatever the fuck you want to call it, bro.
He got fucking fighting.
His brain. Come on, Tommy. All right, you got to give me that.
You know what they say? They're taking headgear away from I forget what third world country. I forget where it is. I might offend somebody by saying it.
Bro, headgear causes more problems than it helps. Trust me.
Yes.
They're saying it's more of a thud to your entire brain. It limits your vision. You know, you get the false sense of security when you have headgear on that you can kind of like take more shots because you're wearing headgear and it's like worse for you. So
I'll give you a perfect example. When I was sparring with Shammy that first time and I had headgear on, it hurt worse when he punched me in the face when I had the fucking headgear on. When I took the headgear off, it didn't hurt as bad.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
You could probably dodge that because
if a guy like fucking Francis Ngannou hits you, it doesn't matter what you wearing, bro, in practice. These guys are sparring with fucking monsters, too.
Oh, absolutely.
Good for you to bring it back. Good for you to bring it back to Ngannou.
I have to wear steel plate to face that guy in armor. Good Lord. Jesus.
What do you guys think is next for this fucking big beast at heavyweight?
Like, how quick are they going to give him a real legitimate shot?
I mean, look, he just beat the number 7 guy, so you got to figure he's due a top 5 guy now. You know,
I think he retakes Algeria for France. I think they march him in and he retakes the colony.
I think Travis Brown.
I didn't hear a word you said, Chris.
Dana was thinking
Travis
Kane,
Brown and Ngannou would be a nice stepping stone right here, and it'd be a nice transition to the top.
You hate
but Dana was saying Kane.
Wow.
That's what Dana said. He's thinking Kane. Kane will be back in July.
Ngannou is going to slip into the
you want to hold this guy out until July, yo?
Is that what you're saying, Tommy? He's going to slip into the OR and just put the gas on my man Kane?
No, Dana.
Put the gas.
Dana was on UFC Unfiltered.
So, you're saying
Kane already had the surgery.
You're saying that Dana said, we're going to have Ngannou fight Kane in July?
He's thinking that's the opponent for him because Kane will be ready by July. He had the surgery already.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
Chris, I think he's under the.
He's trying to take off until July.
I think that's under the Chris. I think it's under the pretense that Ngannou's going to take another fight against somebody and maybe win it. It has to be.
Who does he fight next? Who's next for Ngannou?
I'm pretty goddamn sure he'll take the Cain Velasquez fight. If he beats Cain Velasquez, he'll get the shot at the belt.
I agree.
I don't think Velasquez is on the table yet, man. I really don't. I think that he's looking to fight in fucking probably like May.
Like a Ben Rothwell type guy?
Yeah, like somebody like that, like a guy higher ranked than him with a name.
Doesn't Rothwell already have a fight though?
Well, I'm just kind of like, shooting off the top of my head looking for guys that are in the middle.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who doesn't have a fight? Is Travis
Overeem,
Brown?
Dos Santos. Travis Brown's ranked a little low, I think.
Travis Brown's
low for what we were talking.
As well. He's also above.
What is he ranked? He's ranked higher than Ngannou.
Yeah, but Travis Brown also has a fight in a couple weeks.
Travis Brown, I had him ranked 9th a while ago, but that was before Ngannou fought.
Who's Travis Brown fighting in a couple weeks? Not who is he? You think he's fighting? Is he definitely fighting in a couple weeks? He just left camp. He just left Glendale.
Yeah, no, he's fighting in a couple weeks.
Yeah, but he just left his camp
now.
And he's fighting. Like, who's his camp then? Like, he walked
Anybody's
out of
all right.
It just doesn't make sense. I agree, Omar, but it doesn't make sense to do that, though. Like, even if he is better, what are you going to do? Just make your own camp?
It's not outside of the realm of possibility.
I think he's looking it up. I think he's looking it up, so we have to carry the conversation until he gets it. But
he's fighting
I don't know
Lewis in a couple weeks.
Not bad.
Who?
And
Derek Lewis.
And Derek Lewis is going to knock him the fuck out.
Yeah, he is.
Derek Lewis is a beast.
All right, so then Ngannou versus the winner of that. If they're fighting in a couple weeks, then that will be good for May. That would be perfect for May,
Yeah, but if one of them gets knocked out, they got a 45-day suspension.
So
that's the loser. The loser ain't going to worry about fighting anyway. So that doesn't matter.
45-day suspension is a mistake, by the way.
But
and until you get
it's a medical
you get a 45-day
suspension.
suspension, and then you go get cleared after 20 days if you're good. They clear you. It's not like a minimum.
Right.
But
I got the number of a doctor that'll sign off on those and get you cleared in about 14 minutes. All right, guys. Those suspensions are worthless.
14-minute medical suspension. But my point is, if a guy loses a fight, he ain't going to be fighting Ngannou anyway. It's the winner, and the winner ain't going to be getting knocked out.
Yeah, but if the winner, but if it's a stand-in brawl, bang-out fight,
you're right.
There's still suspensions. Right. You know what I'm saying?
So
what about Dos Santos?
Nobody should ever fight anybody for that matter. Then,
no, Chris.
Dos Santos he's too busy marching against Trump.
Stipe.
For equality, I think.
Oh, that's right.
According to
Isn't Dos Santos fighting Stipe?
Yes, but the thing is, you got to whoever you have him fighting, they have to fight soon enough to where
that's why
they can fight
the winner of the Derek Lewis
in July or August.
The winner of the Derek Lewis.
But Chris, are you going to have the guy jump right into another camp right after his fight? Like, does the guy want to do that? Doesn't he want to fight?
It's like Mark Hunt in the courthouse.
These guys definitely want to fight, bro. Like, that's how they make their money. They're not the champion. You rest when you become the champ.
I get it.
And you don't defend your belts like Conor, right?
They fight in a couple weeks. They fight in a couple weeks, Carl. If they fight in a couple weeks, you need 6 weeks for a fight camp. In reality, they could take a month off and then get ready for their fight for May, end of May.
I guess you're right. No, I guess you're right.
Memorial Weekend isn't like that.
They don't have to cut.
That close. It's only fucking
Heavyweights
February 1st.
Cut either, right? Heavyweights.
Right, unless you're too big of a heavyweight. But I don't.
Mark Hunt, I'm looking at you.
Bro, like if you fight on Memorial Weekend card, you figure Memorial Weekend card, right?
Yeah.
Then
that's tough because that's at the end of May. That's like June, bro. So July, August, you're gonna have a fight 2 months later.
Estimations they would have to start their camp in early to mid-April.
Well,
so
I'm talking about the fight after that, though. The fight after that, where you're gonna make the guy fight.
So you get your taxes
September.
back, and then you invest that tax money into a better.
What are you talking about? The next fight after that.
I'm talking about the Kane fight. The Kane fight.
Back in July, he could fight in August. It's not like Kane.
I understand that, but Chris, I understand that, but if you have Ngannou fighting in June 1st, basically the last day in May, on Memorial Day, then the time frame doesn't match up for both fighters. One guy, Kane's going to want to fight when he comes back.
Is that
not going to want to wait.
Or the Julian calendar you guys are using?
But what do
or the lunar? Which
Kane
one?
has to get healthy first and then train. And it's not like if he gets back in July, then they announce the fight.
So you're saying So you're saying he's going to be fighting sometime in September, maybe early October.
Yeah. You're back in July, which means you can start training. You can't just start fucking. They're not going to sign a fight. They're going to be like.
That's what I didn't get. I thought you were saying that. I'm like, well, when is this guy going? He's not going to be healthy enough, and then by then the other guy's going to have a fight.
Kane's back in July, which means that Kane could sign a fight in July. Because they're not going to be like, oh, Kane's they're not going to sign the fight when he's like still injured.
But any fighter that's going to want to fight this guy is going to want a full, healthy training camp.
Exactly.
Well, that's what we're saying.
I don't even know that
exactly,
Kane would
Tom.
want to fight. I think Kane would be better off taking a fight against somebody else.
If that's a
why
number
should
one
he be
contender
the guy
fight,
that has to fuck?
Kane's going to go for it. He's got.
I don't know that. I think Kane deserves something better than that. Like, Kane shouldn't be the guy that they're using to feed to this fucking guy to build a name.
Not to feed to. It's going to be a number one contender fight. He's got a lot of corn on the cob with ketchup and mayonnaise to hand out to people to get this fight. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing, though. Can I ask you something? What if it's not necessarily like, oh, we're feeding this stepping stone and a sacrificial lamb type thing? It's just the fact that Kane happens to be there and he's on his way up.
I don't know that I would want to fucking match this guy up against Kane because it's the best way to derail one of your only two fucking possible.
But I don't like that you say that, dude, because that's like it just so happens they're fighting. That's like a secondary, like it's like a 1-in-1A super fight type thing. Like, yeah, it's not the title, not the championship belt. But Ferguson Khabib is a great draw for that division, and I think that the sooner they get those guys in the cage, the sooner the loser can sort out his career path and the winner can get on with his business. The longer there's a delay, that's when you come into a problem. I think they let him fight. And then they're going to do that anyway.
There's plenty of time to do this after they both contend for the belt.
Anybody that was on that press conference with Bjorn Rebney is never going to get a nice fight in the UFC ever again. Let's
that guy disappeared after that whole association got squashed.
Because the division is so weak, other than the three guys that they got at the top.
I love Conor's statements.
You're right.
Conor's statement was, they really did go with that. GSP, the only reason he's up there is because they wouldn't give him the money that he wanted, which, I didn't even think about that. It made so much sense when he said that. Like, GSP is really just trying whatever he can to get that contract abolished and get a new one signed or whatever.
He was on The View.
I don't know.
Talking to ladies, being like, this is so unfair. This is so unfair. It's a man.
That is hilarious.
It's so sad that you know that.
Raven Simone.
That's so sad that you know that.
He's diversified.
It's called the DVR, all right, Tommy?
No, you got a crush on Whoopi Goldberg, don't you?
His portfolio is diversified.
No eyebrows.
Whoopi Plus One.
No eyebrows.
Does anyone remember that show, Whoopi Plus One?
No,
I was the plus one. I was the plus one.
Chris was the fucking plus one.
Me and Ted Danson. Jesus. I fought him, and then when I told him to put the blackface on so that he would get thrown into obscurity.
Oh my God!
There's that line.
I love it.
Goodness.
All right, so wait, real quick. Let's try to reel it back in here because I do want to bring something up before time runs out. And I know we don't have that much time, but we got some. Masvidal, guys, like this guy. What do we think here? What's the take on it? I don't want to go too far. All praise due to Allah. I don't want to get ahead of myself because 2 weeks ago, where Chris yelled at me for Yair Rodriguez and my man crush. I'm not going to drink the guy's bathwater or anything, but
he is
I think
friggin'. I mean, I can't knock that. I mean, your taste and nationality.
He's got a huge chip on his shoulder, and he's getting
which
it off
I think helps. Right, I think that matters. That's a good thing for him. And I swear, dude, like I don't mean this in any corny way. Yes, I don't mean this in any corny way, but I really think his nickname fits him well. Like this dude is a gamer, bro. He's gonna bring it no matter what. He's the type of fighter that you want in the UFC, man.
I think that he beat the best guy he'll beat in this division, and no other guys in the top 5 he's gonna beat. In my opinion.
You don't think you can catch anybody out there? You don't think there's a chance for
him to
catch maybe?
You know what made me
believe? That's what I was gonna say. Lawler.
That he's my Cuban brother. There was he was on a podcast with Joey Diaz, and like he interviewed him a little bit before he started the camp, and for some reason, like I was listening to it, he sounded like he was already dead. No, he sounded like I'm already dead. I'm gonna kill this guy. You know what I mean? Like he had that Ensign Inoue, like I'm gonna sign my lease. I'm gonna sign my will. I don't care.
Exactly. He's been around so long, like the MMA game. I mean, this dude.
Who are we talking about?
Masvidal? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, if you look in his corner, the guy in his corner, he's in all the Kimbo backyard fights. Yo, that guy's been around the fucking fight game forever. He's a scumbag. Don't get me wrong. You could just tell.
Who, Masvidal?
Masvidal's guy in the corner. He's always wearing a
He's also like a porn guy too, I think, probably. Like he's got some weird ties.
You're right. No, you're right. He was
like the inside the VIP is like his fucking old porn.
He was the producer of that porn website, right? Which
yes, he was.
Anyway,
I've heard it's a porn.
Somebody told me. I think. Yeah.
I'm for a friend. I'm asking for a friend.
But yeah, I mean, he's been around so long, you know, in the MMA game and the fight game. I think this might be his time.
No. If I was fucking Dana White, I would be like, okay, I got an idea. $200,000, you could beat any welterweight. Here's Damian Maia. Beat him for me. If you could beat him, you could get a title shot. But
it's a win-win.
He could beat him standing.
It's a win-win.
That's the thing, Chris.
That's the thing. There's no way that fight doesn't go to the ground. Damian Maia has like one of the best clinch takedown game in the fucking history of the world.
Well, what happened was they're saying they're offering it to Nick Diaz first, the Nick Diaz-Maia fight. If Diaz turns it down, they're going to give it to Masvidal.
That's the fight I think Diaz takes. Watch. Diaz takes that fight. That's what I was thinking the whole time. Like when everyone was like, who's Diaz going to fight? He's going to fight somebody he has respect for, not somebody who's new. You know, like he doesn't want to fight a new guy that's like up and coming and tough.
Now. That's a bad fight for him.
Well, I just did something that
Maia's a tough fucking matchup. But the thing is, Diaz might box his ass up. You know what I mean? And like have just as good enough takedown defense to keep it standing because he's a good grappler too. He's a much better grappler.
A good fight. I could also see Diaz getting dominated, obviously, just taken down.
I just did something that no Diaz brother could ever do. I just won UFC gold with a Diaz brother.
Oh, Jesus. I knew you were doing something.
He is playing a video game in the background.
I knew he was ticky-tapping.
Rookie
he was ticky-tapping, and then he goes silent.
We're talking about up in our production, and we got Tommy fucking drunk playing video games.
If you notice that, like he gets silent for 10 minutes, and he's doing like the Hadouken. He's doing like the down, towards and fierce. He's
down forward, the quarter moon hard punch.
Reality, Damian Maia, Masvidal. Does anybody really think that Masvidal has a chance in that fight?
No.
Like, if it stays standing,
but that's a big if.
All right, a chance, yes, but I don't think many people have a chance with Maia. I actually feel like Maia is better than he's
like I don't even know that
promoted
Masvidal
or endorsed.
Fight yet. Masvidal doesn't even deserve that fight yet.
Maia just wants to take it to the ground now. He doesn't want to stand up anymore. He just wants to get it to where he wants to go.
Smart.
Good.
I appreciate that.
This is about Maia. He's not the type of guy that takes it to the ground and looks to end the fight. It looks to finish the round on top. He looks to fucking end that fight. And more often than not, he does.
He's on another level. He's leveled up his jiu-jitsu, and it was already at a high level as it was, but it's like he finally figured out that I'm not a boxer. You know what I mean? Like, thank God, because for a while he was terrible. For a while that was terrible.
Well, his jiu-jitsu is the best in the world. He's
but remember the boxing?
Like he's a problem.
Yeah, for a while he tried too hard to be something he wasn't, and it's
he wanted to be a kickboxer.
Yeah.
That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to be a kickboxer.
Well, that's what
Paul,
happens, man.
I think, raped his sister. I heard, and then he said, "You know what? I'm gonna come back, and I'm gonna knock people out. I have to."
Who was I talking to? I think it was you, Carl. It was like a couple weeks back when I was like, a lot of times, like these guys are so good at certain things that they stop practicing that because they have to improve other things so much that they start losing touch. They start losing touch with like what got them there, and basics, man. Like, you got to train the basics to stay great and fucking stick with what got you to that point. You know, it's even the same thing with football.
It's almost like Coca-Cola and McDonald's don't need to friggin' market themselves, but they still do it. It's kind of like that type of thing.
Like McDonald's offering salads.
It ain't broke.
Do
not fix what ain't broke.
You came here for a burger.
The best jiu-jitsu in the world use that shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Damien, you know what it was? Honestly, Damien was trying to have exciting fights. And the Aljamain Sterling Sun South fight proves to you why Damien was trying to do that. Those guys
agree.
were having a legitimate fucking fight on the ground, trying to gain position, and all the asshole fans were doing was fucking booing.
Yeah,
that's all they were doing because they don't
understand.
I've
said it before.
They don't understand.
I've said it before. It doesn't translate to the fans.
They don't understand what that
it's
fight
boring.
was. They don't understand.
You're right.
Yeah, I don't know that that's why
fight.
Maya was doing that. I don't know. Like, that's just a speculation. You're not in nobody's head. He wasn't like, I can just please these fans. No, I think it was him trying to, like, prove something to himself. That's what it mostly is with these guys. It's like...
No, he said it. He was trying to have more exciting fights. That's what he said. He wanted to have more exciting fights.
Not for nothing. That's why... Not for nothing. That's why people like Joe Rogan are going to be missed when they go, because he'll sit there and, like fall in love and like ogle what he's seeing in the cage, where Maya's like putting on an actual clinic of jiu-jitsu, which will educate the fans who are watching the show or the fight.
You can't find another guy that knows the sport. They could just,
I know, but I don't know if that, right. But that's the thing. Rogan is likable, and the way he does it is so genius.
Entire fucking card that Frank Mir does.
It's going to be like when Harry Carey died. And Chicago Cubs baseball never sounded the same again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to be like, I agree.
What did Frank Mir used to do the fights for? What was it?
It was WEC, and me and my brother, we watched it. I taped one day, and we were laughing about it, like, because Frank Mir, we both think he's a douche.
Annoyingly funny Frank Mir is.
It was 4 minutes straight of him doing, he's the color guy. He's not even the play-by-play dude. He's the color guy. And he was talking to himself for 4 minutes. The guy didn't get a word in. I'm watching the counter of the ring, obviously, the round counter, so I know exactly how much time it took. Basically 4 minutes on the nose. It was like 4 minutes and 2 seconds of him talking nonstop without the other dude saying a word.
Loves? You know what Frank Mir loves? Listening to Frank Mir.
Right, you're 100% right.
Thing I've ever heard in my life. It's worse than me.
Well, no. What makes Joe Rogan the best? Not that he just knows what's going on. He's a comedian, so he knows how to talk on the mic.
Yeah, and he has a good touch.
Yeah.
He has a good pulse on like the people, so to speak.
He does.
He fits in no matter where he is. As long as Dana White's there, the way to describe Joe Rogan.
I agree.
As long as Dana White's there, Joe Rogan will be there. He said it. Once Dana White's
he's gonna give him, because he'll give him enough money. Well, I don't know about that right away.
I don't know that anybody wants Joe Rogan gone, whether Dana's there or not.
But
I don't
think
there's a bunch of guys looking to get rid of Joe Rogan.
He doesn't want to stay unless Dana's there. He said it on his podcast.
Yeah, he said it.
No, he said. I'm not going to like it.
He's dialed back.
Yeah, but things tend to change, man.
He's only doing big pay-per-views.
Dana goes, and they came to Joe Rogan. They were like, look, Joe, we really like you. We respect you. We want to keep you on. Here's $1 million a show. Joe Rogan ain't going nowhere.
Dude, he makes enough money on everything that he's doing. He's fine.
I know, but Chris has a point. Then why is Conor taking the Floyd fight if he, because he makes enough money? Why would he need that extra money?
Because he doesn't have Joe Rogan money. That's why. He still doesn't have Joe Rogan money.
Smart.
He's trying to get that on it.
Alex Jones. Joe Rogan just had Alex Jones, Leah Remini on his fucking podcast.
Speaking of Jones.
On it.
Exactly.
Has anybody seen the article that I seen today about how John Jones is going to get the winner of Rumble Cormier?
Yep.
No, I did not see that, but I love it. Thank God.
And Dana White said it. Dana White said it on Matt Sarah's podcast.
Listen, that's what the fans want. Who cares who deserves what? John Jones is a stud. He's one of the best in the sport.
Sacrifice some lower level fighter just to fucking
come on. I don't have
Jones work for it.
Assign a former probation officer to him for the entire fight camp, though. Like somebody to watch him.
I think he should fight Ovin St. Preux again. He should fight Ovin St. Preux again. And the only way
we said this 2 weeks ago.
Finishes him.
No way.
We said this 2 weeks ago, and God, why would you give St. Preux that chance of possibly beating him? I don't want to take that risk.
I think St. Preux
because the real John Jones will beat him
every 2 weeks.
Right, but he fought him already and barely did.
None of these guys deserve to get beat. Why does anyone really want to get the shit kicked out of him by John Jones? If you look at the top 5 at light heavyweight, it's not that impressive, dude. It's really not. What are they going to do? Give him a Glover? They're going to give him Shogun, some washed up old guy, I don't know, man. Like,
Hey. Shogun's fighting Gian Vellante, all right? He's a friend of Adama Jiu-Jitsu.
Gian Vellante, he's from Long Island. I like that dude.
Jimmy Manuel, I guess,
he's a friend.
He's good.
He's a friend of ours.
He went to Hofstra. He went to college with Sean Brophy.
Liam McGeary.
He sure did.
Who are we talking now?
He was on Weidman's wrestling team, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I got to meet him and do a seminar with him when Weidman came to the school. He's an awesome fucking guy.
Nobody cares. No, I'm kidding. I swear I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I will slap your 50-year-old ass into a fucking coma.
Crazy. Just take away his Metamucil, and then you can play the long game. All right? You can just.
Yeah.
I need my
Metamucil, motherfucker.
No, the only light heavyweight guy that I could see giving him any work that nobody really knows about is that Russian dude. I can't even say his name. Mirka or whatever.
Michelle? Is that Nikita Krylov?
Yeah. No, is that? Is he number? No, I don't think it's that.
I just said every racial Russian name that I can think of.
What about the Swedish dude?
No, it's like
what's his name? The Swedish guy that he fought.
Misha Kirkinov.
Yeah,
Kirkinov,
fuck that guy.
That's it.
What about the Swedish guy that Jones fought? What the fuck's his name?
Who?
Gustafsson?
I can't remember.
Alexander
Gustafsson?
Yeah,
Wait,
get him out of his safe space.
Tommy, you're fucking nuts right now, right?
He needs a performance coach mentally.
You didn't know you couldn't remember Gustafsson?
I couldn't remember his name off the bat. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Because he's a big name.
Hold on.
Put the bottle down and cold water in your face.
In Tommy's defense, Gustafsson's not.
Put the controller down.
Put the controller down.
Right?
I know he's not.
The controller's been down. I forgot
Here.
Gustafsson's name because we haven't said it since week 2 of this.
You're right. Since week 2. You're right. Since week 2, you can call Tommy.
Exactly.
That's the last time you're semi-relevant. All right. Goodness.
That was when you guys still didn't even have a real podcast yet because I wasn't on it.
Oh wow. No, we could actually get opinions out and formulate good thoughts.
In my defense,
right?
Omar, back in the day.
Look, you couldn't even get your sentence out, Omar. He didn't hear that because he was talking.
2 years ago, I said that I was we should do an MMA podcast. We were like, yo, definitely. This was how we first met on Facebook. Was over the Carl was doing his baseball shit. Exactly. And I said, yo, how are we going to get into this now? We're going to get into this now? We already did. We just did, bro. We already got into
brothers. We're happy and we're singing and we're colored. Give us a high five.
4 months. This is the 6th show, right?
Go ahead.
Good
yes, you're right.
So,
4 months in, 1/3 of the year in, 1/3 of the year through. I love
more than a fiscal quarter.
This is our 16th show altogether, right?
You're right.
Faster than one of Donald Trump's other marriages.
Yeah, when we have our 100th show, are we going to try and get like a bunch of super guests, like a crazy lineup?
Just like a run through? No, what I think we need to have some type of like anniversary celebration where we hang out. Like once Tommy's in New Jersey, like the 3 of us maybe get in the car and drive up and meet Omar somewhere.
I will be in New Jersey very soon.
No, I can come to Jersey. You guys are down there. I'll go there. Like, that makes no sense. If the 3 of you are in one state,
that's whatever.
I'm not going to make you come up, for God's sake.
I don't mind. I was thinking, like, go to meet in the city somewhere.
Something like a Yankee game or something like that.
Yeah, I agree.
I like that.
Yeah, who's paying for tickets? You?
Get some
sushi.
Bro, you get tickets.
No, we're just going to hang out.
Fucking $20,
right? I'll hang out in the rotunda.
Exactly. That's still nicer than anything I
I'll buy you a ticket.
No, you know what? We'll just all meet up in Jersey City. We'll meet up in Jersey City. We'll smoke some crack. We'll have some
Jesus Christ. I got a guy in Trenton. I know a guy in Trenton.
Oh, my God. That's good.
If we're looking to party. Just saying.
But not for nothing.
So, hey, what about the UFC this weekend, guys? What do you think?
Right. Going back to the Nick Diaz thing real quick. Like, he does get offered only higher profile guys. So it is what it is. No, everyone talks shit about him, but I think Chris is onto something here. This dude needs to get his due already. I think he should take one of these fights and show people what he's got.
Yeah, but dude, we've been saying this for the past couple weeks now. He's not going to take a fight unless it's a high-profile fight. He wants a belt fight.
And he shouldn't.
He's not going to get one.
That's my point. The only reason why he deserves that is because the only people that are calling him out are these higher profile names.
Him and Conor McGregor.
He's right.
Him and Conor McGregor are little bighorning the UFC right now. All right, Conor's saying I'll make the weight, and Diaz is saying, you know what? The longer they wait, the more they need me. All right, they're playing chess right now.
You look at these fights, bro. You look at these pay-per-views that they're putting on, and they need these guys. The UFC is in desperate, dire need.
Holly Holm, and some French woman from like Taibo is headlining.
Durandamai's gonna fuck her up, dude.
Yes, she is.
It's gonna be a good fight. Listen, that's gonna be a striking match.
But we still never fucking heard of her.
Even though she looks like
but here's the thing. She's like 46 in Muay Thai, for Christ's sake. She's 46-0 in Muay Thai professional fights, and Holly Holm is an 18-time. She's an 18-time world champion. Like, these two girls are going to stand and bang in the center of that cage, and it's going to be an entertaining fight. Someone's going to get knocked cold.
It might not
no
be.
question.
It might be so technical that it's not even that exciting.
It's going to be Holm versus Shevchenko again. What do you think, guys?
Yeah, good call.
Shevchenko again.
Yo, really quick on very boring prodding boxing style. She doesn't have these like crazy hands. She works angles and she boxes. Straight up.
She's a terrible dancer as well.
I appreciate that, though. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate a nice combo, shots landed, a scoring match.
But I'm saying
they fight.
Don't be like expecting some slugfest with her because she rarely does that because she's not that type of fighter. I'm just saying there's gonna be nice shots landed on both sides in that fight. It's gonna be an entertaining one.
The nicest shots that Holly Holm landed in the last 4 or 5 fights was when she was getting choked out.
Holly Holm is very technical.
By Miesha Tate. Remember those 3 or 4 punches she threw when she was going off to sleep? That was the most exciting.
At that moment, she decided to go to bed.
That's what I'm saying.
That's pretty funny because they were pretty nice shots. I'm picturing it right now in my head. Definitely nice. Right. You're right. You're definitely right about that.
Where's that fire when she was fighting everybody else? All right?
Where's that fire when she's on her feet? Not in a trace.
I'm telling you, man. I don't see Holly winning that fight. I think Durandamay beats the shit out of her. I really do.
I think so too. Leg kicks and plays angles and punches her in the mouth and then you laughs at her.
She's in the way it works. Nobody knows her right.
Is the fight after midnight? Because if it's after midnight, then Gizmo turns into a gremlin. And if you pour water on it, all right.
Yo, for real.
Mogwai.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For real.
No, but on to the other women.
The angle they have her on the poster makes her look like even more of a gremlin. Tell me I'm lying.
They have that lighting. That lighting is like too far right above her head, so like accentuates her.
Like a Liz Carmouche, but like a gremlin version.
100%.
An after midnight gremlin.
Right, Tommy? She's offering me
Liz Carmouche, but Liz Carmouche that got fed after midnight.
1,000%. She's like, you know what? If you sign here, you'll be good looking for a year. But then after that year, your soul is mine. Like that's what I pictured happened.
And that year was about 3 years ago, right? Because at that point, she definitely
that year definitely took place.
Yeah.
What I see is Holly getting caught in Durandamay's clinch and then getting her nose kneed the fuck off.
What I see is Liz Carmouche fed after midnight.
Who cares about the fight? Who cares about the fight? We're talking about how ugly Durandamay is. Yo,
would you say that to her face, though, Carl?
No, God, no. I'm getting knocked for saying things like I want to bite on or nibble on Miesha Tate's thighs, and you guys hate me for that. But yet you can go you can go after this girl's poor soul.
That's a bridge too far.
We're trying to get the female. We're trying to get the female listeners back. We got to bring Terry on. So stop with that.
By calling one of them ugly as hell?
Listen in on that. What is it? It's every Sunday at 1 o'clock. Now that football's over, you got something to replace your Sunday afternoon.
They got such a funny show, dude. Their show is so funny.
The void you had left when football left, I guess you could fill it in with the Cage Den MMA on Sundays at 1 p.m.
They're so
Sports
funny.
on the Go 1, Streaker, and Periscope. They got it on. So Periscope, I think, is a great platform, to be honest with you.
And
I think
Facebook
maybe we
Live.
should get into that.
They're on
Periscope
Facebook Live, too.
I agree.
Well,
whatever. Cool.
But Shevchenko, guys, while we're talking about the women, we might as well talk about it all.
where the fuck did that armbar come from? Where did
I don't know, man.
It came from Hades, is where it came from, right? It came from the cold tundra of Peru. It came from Michi Picchu.
Yo!
That was a Michi Picchu.
I do not know where that came from.
All right, she's from
That's
Peru.
Hilarious.
She's from Peru. She did some ayahuasca. She went on a vision quest, and a little demon told her, armbar her in this round, turn your hip, and you'll be the champion. And that's actually what happened. Good God. Where the hell did
I did not think she had a chance against Pena on the ground.
Yeah, Shevchenko looked good in this fight.
Shevchenko looked good to me, man. I knew that she was definitely the dark horse.
Yeah, but Pena's a badass, man. She's this.
Oh, hell yeah.
Tough.
On the ground, I was not giving Valentina a shot.
I thought she was out too. Yeah. I thought she was out of it when she stepped over. When she got the hips around, I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
and then she went belly down.
That division is definitely legit, man. They got some killers in that division.
Except they need to never let Shevchenko dance ever again. Ever. They need to shoot her.
Oh my God! Oh my God! What was that?
They need to shoot.
Oh my God, that was worse than the worst white person dancing to like a rap song like that you could ever see. Like that was brutal, almost as bad as the joke I just tried to make. But
no, it was
whatever.
No, you know,
it was like Chris at a wedding. That's what you're saying. It was Chris at a wedding. That's what you're saying.
When white people think they can dance like a Spanish person, all right, because she lives in Peru,
that's
the result.
There you go.
That's the result right there. No, bro, sit down. You're taking a big fat L. Right now, they called it a no contest after the dancing. They said we're just gonna invalidate this win. They said we're done.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. Oh, so sticking with women, there's a lot of women news. Amanda Nunes issues an apology to Ronda Rousey. Says she basically was overcome with adrenaline, emotion, and hurt at the time when she was talking shit, like during the fight lead up and immediately after. I mean, taking the media away from her completely. She probably was a little pissed off. I think it was legit, the apology. She didn't really cross any lines. She just doesn't want to be a bully, basesally. She did the right thing.
That's her publicist.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's probably like she's probably wondering why she hasn't doesn't have any fans at all.
Right. Well, the thing about it is Ronda, just like Derek Jeter, Kobe, LeBron, other athletes who are portrayed as like a villain, whether they like it or not, they're going to have their achievements compared once they retire to, like, their peers. She was dominant, about as dominant as she could possibly be for a good stretch there. And, we're not going to discount her accomplishments. Obviously, Dana says she's pretty much done.
But, what happens when you're at the top like that and you're a prick is you develop a bunch of fucking enemies. That's
what I was just going to say. She did it to herself by being a bitch to everybody and acting tough and holier than thou.
She beat
this
Misha
stuff happens now.
Second time. And Misha, extends her hand on, and this is in front of millions of people. You want to talk about sportsmanship and being righteous and all that, Ronda?
With young girls looking up to her and shit.
Yeah, but there was a lot of shit that went on with Caraway because of that.
Come on, bro.
Come on, Tommy. She reached out to shake her hand, and she kind of she shunned her.
Fucking hand. Even if you don't like her, shake her fucking hand.
You know how women are.
Bro,
you know how
I don't want to hear your selective.
Shit don't change when they're in the cage.
Hey,
I think he's trying to make a bad joke. He's making a bad joke, but yes, I
No, I'm
agree.
not. I'm being serious. That's how they are.
You lose, say
Once
little.
they have a problem
when you
with
win,
each other, they don't fucking lose it.
Yeah, I understand that, Tommy, but you don't agree that respect is earned through battle, regardless.
1 second, Omar.
Yeah. No,
Sorry.
but look at
Go
I
ahead.
mean, it's for sure. Yeah, please finish. For sure.
No, I'm done.
Chris. Well, Omar, what were you going to say? What did you say?
When you lose, say little. When you win, say less. I mean, you know what? The biggest trash talker in the game, Conor McGregor. How is he when he wins? Gracious. I got to give him that. He's gracious as all get out.
Even still, he
wasn't that gracious in his interview. What did he say?
He's allowed to talk shit, interview. But what I mean
is, different. But he was right about Nick Diaz.
Did he go up to the guy after the fight and shake hands and put his forehead to the other guy's forehead?
Every single one.
He even shook Dennis Seaver's hand, and Dennis Seaver is a Nazi. He's a no-Nazi.
Dennis Seaver gave him Dennis Seaver didn't shake his hand.
He even peeled Aldo off the canvas.
Poirier, he helped up. He hugged Eddie Alvarez. He hugged Nate obviously both times.
Diego Brandao.
Because women are different than men. You know that.
I agree,
it's not
fucking
different.
But she deserves to get a little razzle.
Who was in the fight with her? She put her hand out.
Yeah, she put her hand out, but Ronda didn't want to take it.
He's saying she's a bitch because she's a woman. Women are bitches.
So that's my point. Misha's a woman too, so she didn't act like that. So it's not an excuse for Rousey because she's a woman.
Only time Rousey has taken somebody's hand is to armbar him, and I think she proved it at the end of that fight with Misha. And she said, "I ain't shaking nobody's hand. If I take it, I'm gonna break it again."
The time she broke her arm, or the other time? Which one?
Off her fucking face. You know what I mean? And
seriously.
made her look like.
But it's also Rhonda's yes men that filled her head up to make her think. And honestly, Edmund is the biggest culprit. Now this is funny that we brought this. This is funny that we brought this up because when I called into Carrie's show, we talked about.
No, we're professionals, bro. We do this on purpose.
But when we talked about this, Errol, her producer, was like, "How come Rhonda didn't look to take Nunes down? You know, why didn't her coach tell her to take Nunes down?"
Who's Nunes?
Nunes, whatever the fuck her name is.
No, you know why? It's Nunes.
Do you know why?
You're better than that, Tommy.
Do you know why Errol?
Trainer. Is that Alex?
Do you know
Gustafson's
why
trainer?
fucking Edmund didn't tell her to take her down? Because Edmund doesn't know how to tell a fighter to take another fighter down.
Because he's a boxing coach. I wouldn't expect him to talk about jiu-jitsu, but would you go to Josh for stand-up advice? No. You wouldn't go to Mike Burke for how to put an armbar on somebody.
Guy in the corner with Edmund.
Exactly. She fucked up by not having somebody on the ground in there with him. Like,
you know,
he's a
when
douche.
everybody says, time out, when everybody says, oh, well, nobody was saying anything against Edmund when she was winning. Yeah, because she knows judo. Edmund doesn't know shit.
Right. She wasn't knocking people out. She was
doing it all herself.
And honestly, that's not true. That nobody was saying anything against Edmund when she was winning. Because I know Shaw was talking shit on Edmund, saying this guy's a joke.
The IRS had a lot to say against Edmund, even when
her mother did. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, her own mother didn't even like.
Nobody talks bad when you're winning because nothing's broke. Why fix what ain't broke?
Exactly.
That's why no one's talking about it.
I don't know that Edmund was ever given any credit. Nobody, even on The Ultimate Fighter, he's never done anything but make an asshole of himself to me. So as far as
my God, he was so off on The Ultimate Fighter.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm
He's
agreeing
a career
with you.
Right, we're agreeing also. Absolutely, he's a douchebag.
I mean, like, I guess in the past, wasn't like there was no demand for his job while she's the champion. Of course not, but. You know, but that wasn't saying nobody ever gave him credit for being a good coach, ever.
They were giving him credit because of her.
He'd be more of an.
I don't know. I never for the Armenian mob. That's what he is.
Seen him get praised by anybody that knew what the fuck he was talking about.
Get out of here. He launders money for the mob in Glendale. Like that's all his thing is.
Rhonda's boxing.
Are you serious?
Is a fucking laughing stock.
Of course I am. The IRS is investigating him for fraud, and he's an Armenian in Glendale. All right, come on, tell me.
So somebody
2 + 2 equals 4.
Pete,
all right,
check this guy.
Let Chris finish what he was saying. I want to hear what he was saying.
Apologies. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I don't even know at this point. What was I saying?
That 20-second rant of a lie.
How Rhonda's fucking boxing has been the joke of, there's been a meme with her fucking
her stand up. Oh my God, what is that? She like moves her hips like she's almost riding like a bike. She looks awful.
That's Edmund right there teaching.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I can teach her how to throw a better punch.
Any taps whatsoever. I've always heard that like she was winning despite of her fucking awful coaching.
Well, even his Armenian boxers get knocked the fuck out. Like he's not really
a good coach. Let's stop. Can we stop saying the word Armenian?
Because they're working for the mob.
Well, dude,
that's why. Let's be honest.
Brian Caraway would have choked
well done.
Yep. Remember when on The Ultimate Fighter when he was trying to fight Brian Caraway? How bad would Caraway have fucked his ass up?
Caraway kicked the shit out of him so bad, and Caraway's a little bitch. Go ahead.
I hate to say it, but yeah.
Stop saying
I didn't hear you, Tommy. You broke
Tommy,
up.
come back.
Tommy, you're breaking up.
Tommy, put down the walkie-talkie.
She only trained Armenian fighters until Ronda went there. So that's why we're saying Armenian.
I know. I was kidding.
Oh, God.
I was partially kidding. I don't care about it.
They're all mobsters. Stop it. I'm not kidding one bit. It's in Glendale. He's had IRS problems. All right, 1 + 1 = 2. Let's just be honest here, guys. All right, don't even try. He's got no assets. His wife is in Mexico now with sacks of money. Let's be serious right now.
I want to see her go to another camp. Her career does not have to end right now. She could still get back on top.
Dude,
I don't see.
She can get back
you
on
had
top.
a chance. You had a chance, Tommy. Had a good statement. You ruined it by saying back on top. She ain't getting back on top. She has a chance at fighting a couple more fights.
Because she was
and not going out on the bottom.
Her ego won't let her be like the 4th ranked fighter. She doesn't have like the Anderson Silva in her to like, swallow her pride and not be the champion and just fight and plug away. Like,
if she takes enough Cialis, I think she can make a comeback. Just like Anderson Silva.
She has other avenues that she can make this money. Why not use those? Don't go.
And not for nothing, I don't like seeing athletes bob around in obscurity. Yeah, they bob around in obscurity for the last 2-3 years of their career, and I don't even like seeing it. Just retire. Be an actress when you can.
If she doesn't have title aspirations, and I don't think she should at this point, based off of where she was in her last 2.
I don't think she has a choice.
And how far away she is. Look, if you could go out there and make money being in a Vin Diesel movie and go do that. Nobody's.
She can't.
Yeah, but she's not going to have those opportunities anymore.
It dried up.
Those
Exactly.
opportunities are gone.
Bro, these deals have done.
Whoa, he just made it. He just made it. 5 minutes left. We got a caller?
How are we doing, girls?
Pete. Drunk Uncle Pete. What is good, son?
What is poppin'? You could just call me. You could just call me the #1 Jorge Masvidal fan.
I'll call you the whitest.
Put the kibosh on Cerrone.
You said that he might win.
Whitest
might win. Please, I was saying Masvidal is going to win since the fight's been announced. Anyway, regardless, I'm happy that Chris had to chime in because I read great news today that Dana White is finally going to stop fucking mollycoddling to Nick Diaz, and he said that if Nick Diaz is going to keep turning down fights, he's going to fucking offer Masvidal.
What is mollycoddling? Is that something the kids are doing? Is it pills?
Masvidal. Diaz will fucking work Masvidal over.
Popping Molly.
In other words, Dana White's saying he's offered Nick Diaz a few fights, Robbie Lawler, Damian Maia, Tyron Woodley, and Nick Diaz keeps turning down fights or not getting back to him. So he goes, you know what? All these fucking big fights I've been offering to fucking Nick, I'm gonna start offering to fucking Masvidal.
Oh yeah. I don't know if he's talking about all the fights.
Right in my heart. What a dagger to my heart.
He's going to offer him the Masvidal fight he's going to the Maia fight if
Nick Diaz
take
Masvidal and he could fucking end your fucking boy's whole fucking shit.
No way, bro. No way.
That wouldn't be a bad fight. I'll
tell you right now. I'll tell you right now. Masvidal fucking Nick Diaz.
Yeah, Masvidal would get his ass beat by Diaz, yo.
I'm sorry, Pete. He has a chance. You're not giving Diaz enough credit, man. Honestly, you're really not. And I get it. He's lost a lot.
About how much of the kiss of death that Uncle Pete is on any fighter? Because he spoke about this cat named Cerrone.
He's got like a 20% win percentage when we do our
Cerrone, and then the dude dies in his hometown.
His only win percentage is Conor McGregor. That's it. That's his only win.
Crazy. He does. Your win percentage is brutally bad, by the way. No offense.
I'm telling you.
How about this? It's worse than mine, and mine is awful.
Awful. Yours is. Did you win? You finally won a week, though, right, Carl? You finally won this past card.
Yeah, I won this one. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I don't really
Omar's picks. Omar's pick. He almost went undefeated. What are you talking about? How did you win this?
My picks were gold.
I'm not even really super involved in the picks. I mean, I might give a few.
I might have wrote them down wrong,
but.
Yeah,
that's your way out. That's your way out.
3 fights
exactly.
That's
picks you made were still fucking 20%.
I'm not on there. I'm not on there predicting fucking FS1 prelim card fights to try to get fucking easy wins. You know what I mean?
No, he's just mispronouncing.
Easy wins. Those are the hardest fights to pick. Those are the hardest fights to pick. You don't know who's who.
Fighters' names, you know.
Yeah.
At least
Don
Tommy
Cerrone.
had the decency to forget the name instead of mispronouncing it, right, Pete? Okay? At least Tommy had the decency to forget Gustafson's name instead of calling him Gustafson.
But Tommy just said Amanda Nunes.
Yo, he'll never live that one down either.
Nunes. Yeah. I said Nunes.
No, I said Nunes. Yeah.
This is a kid show.
I was at least in the fucking ballpark.
Don't talk about Amanda's Nunes
Cerrone.
right now. Right?
Cerrone and Nunes are both in the same ballpark. They're in the equally worse
Donnie
ballpark.
Cerrone.
Taking L's.
Yeah, I can't even believe
Cerrone is an Italian from fucking New Jersey. What the fuck are you
No,
talking
I've
about?
actually, well, I mean, whatever. I actually have heard people call him that, but it is what it is. I mean, that's five.
Bro, you're so wrong.
And are there people that are getting kicked out of this country by Trump at the moment right now? Are those the same
He's such a liar. Like,
I don't care what
you're really
fucking
insulted.
heard.
You just insulted the shit. You insulted the shit out of all of our intelligence right there by saying you think you've heard him called Donald Cerrone before. Never. Not in the WEC days. He's a fucking popular fighter who has like 50 fights in the last month under his belt. No one is mispronouncing his name.
Heard somebody talking that didn't know what the fuck they were talking about.
No one's mispronouncing his name.
Even Chael called fucking Nunes, okay? So I'll get
I'll get to you in a second. I'll get to you in a second, bro.
I'll give him that.
Chael out here throwing fights.
You're equally wrong, Tommy, but still. I mean,
true.
whatever.
It's a free.
All right, well, it's been real, guys.
He waited for that 10:30 mark to come. Boom! Shop of the show. Oh, but honestly, it was a good time.
That's what
Wake up,
Mr.
There's that
Pete's,
delay.
Section, yeah. You're welcome.
That's all right. Quick question though.
Who's screening these calls? That's what I want to know. That's my question for us.
I have
The
no
asshole
idea.
with the computer with one ear. Who's that?
Kill that retard.
Oh my God, that's
Kill
great.
that retard. Just kill him. Anyway.
All right, real quick, let's run this down. So Mousasi, right? He's got a fight scheduled at UFC 210. Apparently, he's having visa issues. He might not even be able to fight at this point.
I heard he's going to travel under an alias, but I'm not able to say what it is.
Listen, you drunk fuck. Don't fucking treat me like that. You're hurting my feelings.
Wrong. It's his birthday. Come on,
and it's my birthday too.
I'm doing my Donald Trump impression. Wrong.
Jesus Christ. He's got those memes on the ready too. That chat, that group chat. It's like what? Anyway, right? And you know what?
I'm sure he's going to be fine come fight time. His visa will work come fight time.
Yo, can I explain what it is?
Wrong.
He's an Iranian Dutch guy. He's not Iranian. He's not going to have any visa issues. He just simply said, "I don't know because I'm Iranian." He's from Switzerland or some fucking shit, or Denmark.
Yeah, but Trump is friends with Dana White. It's fine. The fight will happen.
True.
Denmark.
And Bisping,
Iranian from Denmark. It doesn't mean shit.
Bisping and Romero is on at some point. Bisping doesn't even come back.
It needs to happen in Cuba on the beach. On the beach, like
on the beach.
Fight.
As soon as the fight's over, they jump in the water and take boats across the international waters.
They reenact a Mario boat lift. Masvidal is riding a raft going dale, and it just goes nuts. All right, man.
You know what's funny with that fight? I see Bisping winning that fight because Romero gets tired.
Well, Bisping's
not
going
to shoot for a takedown.
Nothing. When you have having muscles that big is detrimental when the fight goes longer because the muscle fills up with so much blood that your arms weigh 1,000 pounds.
Is that how you explain it, Carl? Is that how you explain it?
Yes. Oh, Mark.
That flying knee holds his power, though.
You know.
Oh, my God.
I would go again. But it's
that
just there's so much blood.
Power into all rounds.
Yo. I can't even go on anymore.
There,
This show.
I don't think the explosiveness
this show completely fried my brain.
I think he could get worn down. I do agree with Tommy. I think Bisping fights smart. He fights on his bicycle, and I think he just dodges stuff.
I don't know.
I agree. I love Bisping. I hope he wins.
Romero's a wrestler, so it's tough to wear him down unless you just get on your bike and just keep on fucking staying on the outside.
I like that term. I don't think I've ever heard it before tonight.
On his carriage.
Like it. Good for you.
I think the British.
But he's been known to get tired. I mean, look what he does in between rounds. He sits on the stool.
Yeah,
he takes a 2-minute break.
He wasn't really tired. He got the shit punched out of him.
He takes a 2-minute break instead of one. He's definitely not tired.
The 2-minute warning is actually him Hey, you're gonna have to get back in the round.
What time is it? We're getting late.
This is true.
It's all right.
Gives a shit.
We're having fun.
Right.
2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. Pride rules after hours.
Is that I love it. Is that why Pete got cut off?
No,
I was going to do it.
Talking about Carl's big bloody.
Great.
So next week we got Terry Stella.
Oh, gee. How are we going to do that?
No, seriously, next week, guys, we got a guest. Carrie's going to come on next week. She's going to call in at 8 o'clock and talk about her.
She's going to hang up at 8:20. Hanging up at 8:20.
And now, man, Carrie's a shit, dude. Carrie's
awesome. She's going to come on. She's a cool chick, man. She's got a lot of the same things we have that we're trying to do. She's done, basically. You know, press pass to World Series of Fighting, shit like that. So she's definitely
she's helping us get that.
We should definitely
get those press passes.
Maybe we could pick up a couple things from her.
Good.
And feed off each other, so to speak. Her show, she's got something going on. We're gonna work on a simulcast down the line.
While I got everybody and while we're going, hitting the last few minutes of our show. Yes, the simulcast is something that we're gonna talk about in the near future. Hopefully we can do that. Sure. Right now we're working on the amount of voices.
Yeah, we got to work out our kinks first. Yeah, of course.
Right. But I forgot to tell everybody, join the 2-minute warning group, but follow us on social media. And I like to preach this stuff like all of our social media isn't the same. Like if you follow one, you're not going to get the same post 4 times. Like it's worth following all of them.
Not some boring ass fucking stale shit.
We're not
Instagram is different from Twitter.
Right.
And different from Facebook.
Exactly. We're not lazy about that.
One of us is running each one.
Exactly. So you get to dip into the minds of each one of us individually and find out how troubled we are.
And subscribe to our YouTube.
Yes.
Listen, it's Twitter and Instagram are Pride_Rules 2MW. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Pride Rules, and follow us on Facebook. Like our page, just search 2MW Pride Rules, and you'll find us there.
Google
again, join the group. Pride Rules. Or 2-minute warning on Facebook, Stitcher, iTunes, Google Play, Blog Talk, Libsyn. Look for us. Search Pride Rules on all those fronts, and you'll find us. And just try to overwhelm yourself with the 2MW Pride Rules and the main people.
If you got an hour-long ride to work, give us a listen.
Don't get it
right.
bootleg,
It's
guys.
perfect.
Get it legit. Give us the download. All right. Don't be lazy. Don't try to cut corners.
Tell a friend.
Exactly.
Right. Subscribe to the page, like our shit, help us out, man.
Take one and pass it back, so to speak.
I just want to say what's up. I just want to say what's up to George Soteropoulos and the rest of our Australian listeners. We know you're there.
Good call, Tommy. Good call.
What's up, everybody?
Oi.
We have a big following in Australia, and I appreciate you men down under and women. I love it. I hope we're continuing to bring you guys something that's
fun. The best fucking show that I've ever seen is Summer Heights High. If anybody's never seen that, it's an Australian fucking bro. This shit is the funniest shit you'll ever see. It's like
it was on HBO a while ago. It's very funny.
Isn't it? Isn't it?
Isn't it? What were you gonna say, Omar? Before we go,
I'm just saying I'd like to give a shout out to George Soteropoulos' leg wraps. I'd also like to just say,
wow,
you're the real MVP. All right,
Tommy,
those things are epic.
Didn't Tommy Spears knock George Soteropoulos out into next fucking?
Hey.
No, didn't Tommy? Oh yeah, he did, and then he lost. Yes, okay, absolutely.
But then Soteropoulos was the guy that was punching that kangaroo in the video.
Strong.
So I think he came back. He got that L back. He found
the
his
kangaroo
game.
for his dog, right? The guy
That's what I'm saying.
The kangaroo was fucking with George's dog.
Yep, and then bow. Boom.
George went out to the
and we got drunk Uncle Pete crying because he got cut off after 30 seconds. He's crying.
Did he get cut off? I thought he got cut off because but isn't it because our show was scheduled till 9:30 or 10:30 and it cuts off at that point, right? That's what
he's crying.
No, but listen, that was the problem. That was the problem with going long. If we hit the mark at 2.5 or hour and a half, it cuts off the live listeners. Remember, that's what was the problem, guys. So he got cut off accidentally. Like that was automatic, unless Omar cut him off. But whatever. I mean, it's no hard feelings, but that did probably happen. I'm thinking.
It's been real, guys.
But no, honestly though, good show, guys. I appreciate, as usual, everybody's input, and I really do feel like this is a good show. I do feel like this is a good show. But make sure you follow us on all our social media fronts. Stop being a douchebag. There is many people out there, and they're all going to start downloading.
I'm fucking with Tommy, dude.
I know. I didn't know that, but whatever. I'm being a dick bag. But yeah, listen to a half hour of our show every day on lunch break, and you'll get through by the end of the week. But yeah, Tommy, go ahead with your UFC, trying to earn the strap with the Diaz brothers or whatever.
Creative fighter. Yo, Tommy, creative fighter, so I can go kick the fucking shit out of him.
Oh boy.
I have like 8 creative fighters. Do you have an Xbox?
I'm sure.
No, I'll just come over there myself and beat the shit out of him.
I was thinking about getting an Xbox. We'll talk off air. I think I'm going to do that so we can connect and fight over the internet.
Yeah,
but
that's definitely a good buy.
Yeah, you should get one.
I'm going to do all my electronics.
That's happening.
But I appreciate it, guys. I really do, and I can't wait to see you next week. Me and Chris should be coming to you with better sound. We're going to be doing the call over the internet.
Yeah, we're going to up our production level a little bit.
Microphones. It's going to be me, Omar, and Chris leading the charge, and Tommy's going to be calling them the archaic telephone.
Yeah, we're going to be. Me and Carl will finally be able to do the show from the same room, so we should be able to up the production on that front as well.
Yeah, I'll be in Jersey. I'll be in Jersey for our next show from now on.
Oh snap!
Sweet.
It's real.
I'm going to I'll bring the lotion.
Nice. I like it. I'll bring the tissues.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh. Okay, we're cutting it here. For Chris, Tommy, Omar, everybody else at the Pride Rules podcast, 2-Minute Warning family.
Fucker.
This is Carl. The show that stirs the drink.